Any reason why you're filming the police station?
Yeah, there is a reason. Yeah.
What is the reason?
Can you please identify yourself first?
Sorry?
Can you please identify yourself first?
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates.
Sergeant Mark. And show number?
Show number's there.
5377.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm independent journalist. I'm gathering footage for a story.
You're an independent journalist?
Yes.
You got a press pass?
I'm independent. So.
Okay, you don't work for anyone then?
So do you know what independent
No, but
is?
as in, are you working for a particular company?
No, I'm independent. I work for myself.
So what is the purpose of filming today?
Just gathering some footage for a story, sir.
What's the story?
I cannot tell you. I'm still working on it, so I cannot say.
But what is the reason that you're filming? Because this is a secure police building.
Yeah.
We also have to ask questions why people are filming.
Yeah. And I told you.
You said it's for a story, but you haven't told what the story's about.
But I don't have to tell you what the story is about. I'm still working on it, right? So it's not finished. If it's finished, when I publish it, you'll see what the story is. But I'm still working on it, so I don't want to compromise my story.
You're not going to compromise the story, because I'm not. From my point of view, I just need to be happy you're here for the right reasons. Yeah. Because police officers and police buildings are potential targets.
Good Citizen is calmly filming outside a police station for his independent journalism. Suddenly, a sergeant storms out, demanding answers about why he's there and what he's filming. The questioning quickly turns into pressure, and before long, the sergeant crosses the line, snatching the phone and launching an unlawful Section 43 search. But this power grab doesn't go unchallenged. Good Citizen takes the matter to HNK solicitors, sues both the sergeant and the force, and wins a payout that makes this one of their most expensive missteps yet.
So I have to be happy, the reason why you're here.
So how can I make you happy?
By telling me what the idea is your story is about.
I cannot tell you about the story. I'm just gathering some footage, so I'm an independent journalist, and that's it really.
But you've got a story in mind.
Yeah, I do have a story in mind, yeah.
So I need to know what that story is about. Is it to do with what security like around the police building, what coming and going?
I cannot tell.
Because the route we're going to go down is you're going to be stopped and searched under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, whereby we will seize your phone, we'll look at your phone and say,
You're going to seize my phone?
We can seize your phone if we feel we have to.
What grounds, sir?
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
But what grounds? What grounds?
Just telling you, let me explain.
Okay.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you can be stopped and detained and searched. And part of that search, we can look at your phone and we can see what photographs you've got.
Yeah, but
don't turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning my phone off.
Turn your phone off, we will see.
No, I'm not turning your phone off.
Right, so that's the route we can go down. I'm not saying we will go down that route, but at the moment, I'm not satisfied the reason why you're filming here. You've told me it's for a story.
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Yeah, tell me that.
Yeah.
But you can't tell me what the story's about.
But,
do not turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want.
I'm going to seize your phone now. Do not turn your phone off.
No, I'm not turning it off. I don't want. No.
I'm going to seize your phone now.
I'm not turning.
I'm going to seize your phone at the moment under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because you seem to be trying to turn it off.
No. Just because I couldn't hold it. Please keep recording.
From the moment the sergeant steps outside, it's obvious he isn't there to weigh up facts. He's there to satisfy himself. Almost immediately, he presses the auditor, demanding to know what story he's working on. When he doesn't get the answer he wants, he delivers a telling line, "I need to be happy you're here for the right reasons." That's not policing the law, that's policing personal comfort. To justify it, he leans on the vague claim that police stations are potential targets. But that's a catch-all excuse, one that can be stretched to cover almost anything with no real evidential basis. If you apply that logic broadly, every building, street, or public space could be labeled a potential target. The problem is the law doesn't bend to feelings. Officers are required to act on reasonable suspicion based on facts, not on unease or discomfort. In this case, there were no facts, no grounds, just a sergeant who didn't feel happy with someone lawfully filming in public.
Any ID, sir?
So, have I committed a crime?
We'll go down the route then. You're now detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. You're going to be stopped and searched. Part of that, I need your details so I can check to see who you are, and we have the power.
But you're abusing. Okay, so if I don't give you my name, are you going to arrest me?
I'm not saying I'm going to arrest you. I'm saying you'll be detained. I've asked you the reason why you're filming.
Yeah.
You've told me for a story.
Yeah. I'm independent journalist.
Which is fine. I understand that. But you can't tell me the story. So
I cannot tell you the story, right? Because I'm working on it. It's not finished yet, sir.
But you must have the concept.
Yeah, I'm just walking around and film in the city of London.
You're filming a police station.
Yeah, why not? I'm staying on a public. Right, this is a public payment.
Yeah.
So you took my phone, right?
I took your phone because I think you were trying to.
No, I don't want to. I just want to be filmed because I want to make sure what I'm doing is right. I'm not hiding. I want to keep filming. I don't want to stop filming. Please film me. Can I have? So you seize my phone, and I'm not happy with seizing my phone.
We haven't seized it. We've taken it off you.
Well, we take it, but it's not in me. It's not in me. No, I don't want to turn it off. I want to continue filming. Can I have my phone and continue filming, sir?
At the moment, you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. Part of that is we are going to examine your phone for photographs you've been taken today, and power to do that is under Section 43. And also, I need to do some name checks on you, so I need some of your ID.
When the sergeant fails to get answers about the auditor's work, he shifts gears and threatens to use Section 43 of the Terrorism Act. That's one of the most serious stop-and-search powers available in the UK, designed strictly for situations where there is reasonable suspicion of terrorist activity. Yet here, there was no evidence, no intelligence, nothing to even suggest such suspicion. It was simply being used as leverage, pressure dressed up as law. Then comes the critical moment. Without detaining the auditor or following proper process, the sergeant lunges forward and snatches the phone straight from his hand. His excuse? He thought the device was being switched off. But excuses don't create authority. At that point, he had no lawful power to seize property. No arrest, no live search, no warrant in place. Under UK law, taking someone's belongings without legal grounds isn't just improper conduct, it's unlawful. This sequence shows exactly how police powers can be twisted. Step 1. Keep pressing until compliance is forced. Step 2. Threaten heavy legislation that cannot be justified. Step 3. When all else fails, ignore the law altogether and simply take what you want.
Okay. So if I don't give you my name, are you going to arrest me?
Not particularly, but we will make some more inquiries. The quicker we get your ID, the quicker we can check.
So if it is a lawful order, I give him a lawful order to give my identity.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, you are detained. As part of that, we have the power to look at your phone and also do some checks on you and to search you.
Okay, but so is it a lawful order?
It's an order. It's a power.
I give him a lawful order. So if you give me a lawful order to give you my name and date of birth, I'm going to give it, but under the threat of arrest. If you don't give me
a threat of arrest.
So if it's not under the threat of arrest, I don't want to give it.
Under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act, we need to do some checks on you. Right. Shall I explain why you've been detained then?
Explain, what are the grounds?
Because you are seen outside the police station filming. As we've passed you, you're holding your phone like this, so we can photograph yourself, but clearly filming the gate. Part of that gate is a security pad, so I don't know whether you're filming to see if officers are pressing that to get access to the building. This is a police building. You gave a reason, you're an independent journalist and you're making a story. But you can't tell me the context of that story, you can't tell me why you're here.
I told you.
You haven't.
I told you, sir.
When the auditor challenges the sergeant, reminding him that his phone has already been taken and that he still has the right to film in public, the sergeant tries to slip through a loophole. "We haven't seized it," he says. "We've just taken it because we thought you were going to turn it off." But that's a meaningless distinction. The moment an officer takes possession of someone else's property against their will, without lawful authority, it is a seizure. Calling it something softer doesn't change the reality. Whether you label it taking, holding, or anything else, the law is clear. Without proper grounds, it's unlawful. The sergeant then reveals what this was really about. He declares that the auditor has been detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act so his phone can be examined for photos and videos. On paper, Section 43 does allow officers to search for evidence related to terrorism. But that power only exists if the detention itself is lawful. And here, it simply wasn't. There were no reasonable grounds, no suspicion articulated, and no evidence of terrorism presented. Instead, what we see is an officer using one of the UK's most serious search powers as a fishing net, not to combat terrorism, but to justify digging through the work of a journalist exercising his rights in public.
One question, if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. Have you got anything on you that can harm me or harm
I don't answer any questions.
I'm Sergeant Mark Coates, warrant number 218186, attached to Southwark Police Station. You are
218186.
You are detained under Section 43.
I don't agree. I don't agree with any search procedure. I'm gonna file a civil claim against you because you're violating my rights. I'm staying on public property, peacefully exercising my rights to film in public. I've done nothing wrong.
I haven't seen you done anything.
What grounds do you have to believe I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were a terrorist.
So why are you using Section 43 of Terrorism Act if I'm not a terrorist?
Because you are filming outside a police station.
But you said I'm not a terrorist, sir.
I didn't say you were a terrorist. I said you're detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
So do you think I'm a terrorist?
I didn't say you were.
Why using Section 43? You have to have reasonable grounds to believe I'm a terrorist.
Because you're seen outside the police station filming a keypad and officers going in and out.
But that's not real ground.
But in this current role, obviously, a lot of police officers are targeted by people who wish to do us harm.
You don't have reasonable grounds, sir.
The sergeant's justification for using Section 43 is some of the thinnest you'll ever hear. His first claim is that the auditor is filming himself with the station gate in the background. Because part of that gate has a keypad, He suggests the auditor might be recording officers using it to gain access. But that isn't reasonable suspicion, that's pure speculation. The keypad is in plain sight from the street, the camera isn't even aimed to capture its use, and there's nothing unlawful about filming something that's openly visible from a public place. His second claim is even weaker. He argues that because the auditor won't provide details about his story or explain why he's filming, that somehow justifies the search. But refusing to give personal context isn't a crime, it's a right. No one has to justify their presence in public, and no one is required to disclose their work just to avoid being treated as suspicious. Using a citizen's refusal to answer questions as grounds for a search isn't about suspicion at all. It's about punishing non-compliance, twisting lawful silence into an excuse for unlawful action. That's not how reasonable suspicion works, and it certainly isn't how the law is supposed to be applied.
You're violating my rights with this search. I don't agree on that. I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. This is absolutely illegal what you're doing. I do not agree on searching my back.
You may not agree on it, sir, but I've tried to explain on a number of occasions.
Yeah. I don't agree on that. This is unlawful search of my back. Unlawful. Sorry, what are you expecting to find, sir? You have to tell me what you're expecting to find from my back. Under Section 43 of Terrorism Act. What are you expecting to find, sir?
There may be evidence that you are using...
Like what?
If you're not going to keep talking over me, I'm not going to be able to explain to you, are you?
Okay, you have to tell me before starting the search, actually. Can you tell me what you're expecting to find in my back and in myself?
I'll explain to you, you've been detained under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act because we have the power to search your phone and your bag and you for any article.
But you have to tell me. You have to tell me.
You don't want to talk or you do want to talk?
I just want to understand.
Any articles that you may use in the event of planning a terrorist attack.
Like what?
Any article. A camera, a weapon, anything.
This is the moment where the sergeant's entire justification collapses. When pressed directly on what grounds he believes the auditor is involved in terrorism, he admits outright that he does not hold that belief. That admission is fatal. Section 43 of the Terrorism Act can only be exercised where there is reasonable suspicion of terrorism. By saying those grounds don't exist, he concedes there is no lawful basis for the detention at all. But instead of correcting himself, the sergeant doubles down. He clings to the legislation by name alone, repeating that the auditor is detained under Section 43, as though reciting the section number magically makes it valid. It doesn't. The law requires more than a label. It requires substance. Without suspicion of terrorism, the threshold isn't met, and the power cannot legally be used. What we see here is a hollow recital of authority, the appearance of legal process without the foundation to support it. In trying to lean on one of the strongest search powers in the UK, the sergeant has already destroyed its basis with his own words.
You think I'm terrorist now?
No one thinks that, sir.
Yeah, sure. I'm here, you're searching my back like I've done something wrong. Crazy. Can I also have the water, please?
If you don't mind, you'll have that when we're finished with the search, okay?
Okay.
I don't know what's in there.
Oh, okay.
Just for safety, for everyone's safety.
Okay. David, thorough search by the sergeant. Sorry, who are you, sir?
PC O'Neill.
PC O'Neill. Okay. And your shoulder number, please?
5459. 5459 Sierra Oscar.
This case ends with a costly lesson, the direct result of Sergeant Mark Cott's misuse of power. HNK solicitors confirm a £1,500 payout, and it didn't come from his wages. It came from taxpayers, covering for an officer's unlawful actions. The record is clear. A journalist was detained without lawful grounds, his phone seized while filming in public, and Section 43 of the Terrorism Act was abused to justify it. Cott even admitted terrorism wasn't suspected, destroying the very basis of that power. From there, every action, the detention, the searches, the phone grabs, stood on unlawful ground. What makes this worse is how avoidable it was. A simple acknowledgement that public filming is legal, followed by a professional approach, would have cost nothing. Instead, the sergeant's arrogance handed the auditor a legal victory, drained £1,500 from the public purse, and left yet another example of how bad policing costs us all. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out Good Citizens channel in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.